Welcome back to the podcast. I'm Jenny, and with me, as always, is the guy who gets genuinely giddy about cloud computing.
Hey, Jenny. Giddy is putting it mildly today. I'm practically bouncing. We're talking law firms and AI. And not just any AI, but Google Cloud's AI.
That's right. So Freshfields Bruckhaus Deringer, one of the big names in the legal world, just announced a major hookup with Google Cloud to seriously ramp up their use of artificial intelligence. This is a pretty big deal, isn't it?
Oh man, this is the cool part. It truly is a big deal. Think about it. You have a massive global law firm collaborating with a major tech company. They're bringing in Gemini, placing it right inside Google Workspace. You know, docs, sheets, all the stuff people use every day for legal work. And then it gets even better. They're using Vertex AI.
Okay, wait, Vertex AI. Let's break that down for a second. What specifically does that mean for a law firm?
So basically what's happening is Vertex AI is Google's enterprise platform for building and deploying machine learning models. It's where they can create these bespoke agents. Think of them as custom-built AI assistants designed specifically for Freshfields' really complex legal workflows. It's allowing them to move beyond standard tools and craft things built just for them.
So not just off-the-shelf AI, but tailored assistance for their specific needs. That makes sense in an industry like law where things are so particular. And I saw something about agent space. What's that piece of the puzzle?
Here's the thing about agent space. It combines reasoning, search, and data. It's like taking Gemini and giving it superpowered access to specific information and the ability to reason through it in a structured way. It's how these bespoke agents can truly do complex tasks, not just generate text. They can pull relevant data, make connections, and help with analysis.
Okay, I'm starting to see how this connects. So they've got Gemini woven into Google Workspace for day-to-day stuff, Vertex AI, and Agent Space for building these specialized tools. And one of the key examples mentioned is improving their dynamic due diligence tool. How does AI play into that process?
Due diligence in legal work. Quote, it's incredibly document-heavy. It requires reviewing mountains of information to identify risks or key points. Using Gemini within that tool means it can potentially process and analyze those documents at speed and scale that's simply not possible manually. It enhances the accuracy and efficiency of reviews significantly, which could save immense amounts of time and effort on complex deals. It's kind of like, you know when you're looking for a needle in a haystack, but the AI gives you a super-powered magnifying glass that can also categorize the hay?
Okay, that's a great analogy. It makes a deeply complex task sound, well, not easy, but certainly more manageable and faster. I can already hear our listeners thinking, but law firms use Microsoft, don't they? This feels like a shift.
That's a really sharp observation, Jenny, and it's something that others in the legal tech space have pointed out. Most large law firms are heavily integrated into the Microsoft ecosystem, primarily using Microsoft 365. Source 4 specifically brings this up and raises questions about this move. But Freshfields is saying they're being deliberately tech-agnostic here. It's not about replacing everything. It's about choosing the best tools for specific jobs, regardless of the vendor. It's integration, not replacement.
Tech-agnostic. I like that. It suggests they're looking at capability first and platform second. That seems like a smart play to get the best of both worlds. But does it create challenges? Integrating Google Cloud AI into existing Microsoft workflows can't be perfectly seamless, can it?
You nail the big question there, Jenny. Yes, integration challenges are real. Merging different platforms and ensuring data flows smoothly and securely between them requires careful planning and execution. It means managing complex IT environments. Source 4 touches on these potential compatibility issues with diverse tools. It's like trying to get two different operating systems to play nice together. It takes effort.
And when you're dealing with incredibly sensitive legal documents, data security and compliance become even more critical with ATI involved. What are the ethical considerations here?
This absolutely requires rigorous attention. Using generative AI with privileged client information means ensuring ironclad data security controls and adhering to strict regulatory compliance. You need strong governance frameworks to prevent any unauthorized access or data leaks. There are also concerns about ensuring ethical use, preventing bias in decision-making driven by AI, maintaining human oversight for accuracy, and ensuring auditability of AI-assisted work. Think about it. If an AI helps draft a legal brief, Who's responsible if there's an error or bias introduced by the model? Their public statements emphasize responsible innovation, which suggests they are trying to address these concerns head-on.
Responsible innovation. That's good to hear. It's not just about the cool technology, but about using it wisely and safely. It reminds me of the discussions we have around AI in healthcare, the need for precision and accountability.
Exactly. The stakes are high in both fields, and the legal sector has its own unique set of rules and precedents that AI needs to navigate. It's not a simple case of pattern matching. It's about understanding nuance and context.
Right, so looking ahead, what future trends might we see in the legal sector driven by collaborations like this? What else could AI agents built on Vertex AI tackle?
I think we'll see a surge in law firms exploring and adopting custom AI agents for increasingly specialized tasks. Beyond due diligence, think contract automation. Not just drafting, but analyzing and comparing contracts against standards or specific client needs. Predictive analysis for litigation outcomes, using AI to model potential scenarios based on case history and relevant law. More sophisticated research tools that can summarize case law and identify relevant statutes with greater speed and accuracy than traditional methods. The success of firms like Freshfields in implementing enterprise-grade Gen AI could really catalyze broader adoption across the industry, especially in similar regulated sectors, like BidIt, unlocking a new level in a video game for the whole legal industry. It changes how they approach everything.
Unlocking new levels. I like that. And maybe it levels the playing field for some firms, giving them tools that were previously out of reach. It sounds like this collaboration could be setting a precedent. Maybe we can ask our listeners about this. How do you think AI will most impact the legal industry in the next 5 years? Are you thinking increased efficiency and accuracy? Enhanced client service through AI-driven tools? Or maybe increased job automation? Or something else entirely?
That's a great question to pose, Jenny. It's a conversation starter for sure. And to add another layer, what are some potential ethical challenges you see in using AI for legal tasks? And how do you think law firms can address them? It's something Freshfields is emphasizing with responsible innovation, but it's a nuanced discussion.
That's true. It's important to get those perspectives. And I imagine there are a lot of myths out there about AI in law. Maybe we could dedicate a segment to AI in law, myths versus reality in a future episode, perhaps with a guest expert?
Oh, that would be fascinating. There's definitely a lot of hype mixed with reality. Debunking those myths and exploring the real benefits and challenges would be a valuable segment. Or maybe a tech spotlight, where listeners submit questions about emerging tech in the legal space.
I love that. Gives listeners a direct way to engage and shape the content. So many possibilities with this kind of tech. And to tie it back to the start, it also puts some pressure on other cloud providers, doesn't it?
Precisely. It demonstrates a scalable model for integrating these powerful AI tools. And it might just pressure other cloud providers like Microsoft Azure or AWS to step up their game in offering legal-specific AI solutions to remain competitive. It's a fascinating space to watch right now.
Definitely one to keep an eye on. That wraps up our look at the Freshfields and Google Cloud AI partnership. Thanks for breaking down all the technical bits, Mark.
Anytime, Jenny. I could talk about this stuff all day. Thanks for having me.
And thanks to you for tuning in. We'll be back next time with more on where technology is taking us. Until then, stay curious.